All right, so this requires me to do some systems of equations graphing where I am in standard form, which doesn't help me. I need to do this. I could do this one of two ways, but I'm going to do this the way that most of the kids learn in my class, which is to do both of them in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to start off by putting 5x plus y equals 4, and we're going to rearrange this equation to get y by itself. So I'm going to subtract 5x on this. Maybe I can get this paper to stick where it needs to stick. And we are going to get y now by itself. So y is equal to negative 5x. We want that in slope-intercept form again. So you want y equals mx plus b. And now that is in y equals mx plus b. And I do want it in a fraction form for the slope. So I am going to just put this fraction, make it a fraction by putting it over 1. And then that way I have a fraction so I know where I need to move. So start with that plus 4. We're going to go onto this graph. I'm going to go up to 4. Click, type that. Type it. Make a y-intercept dot right there. And then I'm going to use a negative 5 over 1, which means I'm going to do negative 5, which means I'm going to go down 5 spaces and write 1. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. If I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1, I'd be off the graph, but it's only by 1, so I can just put that. Connect our dots and go ahead and start with the second one. So x minus y equals 2. Get that x out of there by subtracting it on both sides. Now the problem is with this, you do have a negative y here, so you got to be careful. Negative y is equal to negative x plus 2. And then we want to get that y positive, so I need to divide everything by a negative 1, which is essentially just changing the signs on everything. Y equals that negative x is now a positive x, and that positive 2 or plus 2 is now a negative 2. Now there is no number in front of this x, so that means that it's 1. If I want to make it into fraction form so I know how to move on my graph, I'm going to put it over 1. So now that I have that, I am going to go ahead and start to graph, starting with that negative 2. Go to the y-axis at negative 2, put a dot, and then I'm going to graph my slope, which is 1 over 1. I'm going to go up 1, and I'm going to go right 1. So from this point, up 1, right 1 is right there. I hit the point. That's my set of numbers. Put a dot, and that is 1 comma negative 1, and that is the spot where they intersect. X comma y for your coordinates. And again, this is where when I plug x and y in with 1 and a negative 1, they will make both of those statements true statements and get what the answers say they are, and that is how I know that they are correct. If you'd like more questions like this, find them on my YouTube channel, You Want Algebra. Check them out under the Systems of Equations graphing section.